ladies and gentlemen, hi guys and girls, and welcome back to the second part of my tutorial on how to build a 2x2x3 cube. Last time we sanded down the edge and corner pieces of another 4x4 cube and glued the pieces on the top and onto the bottom layer so that we have now a 4x4x6 cube. In the next part we will disassemble the cube completely and glue the internal mechanism parts together, as well as gluing the pieces together that will be one cubey in the future. But first of all, we have to disassemble the cube again. As you can see here, we need to glue these three pieces together, so the inner edge and the outer two edge pieces, and we'll do that 4 times. Then we need an edge piece and 2 center pieces, and we will glue those together as well, like this, so that our 3 parts in here will just perfectly fit in there. I'll also use a little bit of 120 grit sandpaper, just so I can roughen up the surfaces where the pieces are going to touch. We're going to glue everything together so that the finished part looks like this. Looks pretty good to me. That's the first corner cubey. We will have to do a bit of fixing up, but I think it looks pretty good. So about half an hour has passed now after I finished the last cubey. So I gave it a bit of time to dry. And now we're going to assemble the puzzle, check if everything works fine, and then we're going to start filling up all these little ridges in there. This is how it looks like now. Now I'm just going to sort the pieces out, so mechanism and core are going to go to one side, and all the external pieces that we made the last time, like this piece of art right here, and the corner pieces, I will sort these out first. Okay, so we have 8 corner pieces and 4 edge pieces. I'm now going to sand down the outside here, nothing on the inside. I'm not going to fill any holes here. I just want to make the cubies the perfect cube shape. now that I sanded all the surfaces, the outside surfaces of the pieces, I will now use my multi-tool sander, go into all of these grooves here and prepare the puzzle for filling. So if there is a hole I have to fill, I will go in there a bit, widen it, and just roughen up the surface so that the milliput, our filling material, holds better. After a couple of pieces, I fortunately found out how to do the sanding in a fast way. And here is how one of the edge pieces or the center pieces looks like now. Here we go. This is the corner piece. So I will now clean up this mess over here and then start filling the pieces. So I modified all the pieces. I sanded in the grooves and everything, prepared them for filling. And now we can do the next part, which is filling the pieces. We're going to use milliput for this. We will need to fill up a lot of holes here, so I'm going to prepare enough material. It takes about 5 to 6 hours until it's completely rock hard. So we will just do this and then carry on with everything tomorrow. So for the black part, for the white part, we have 17 grams. For the black part, we have 16 grams, so let's put on a bit here. It still says 16, but I think that looks good to me. And now let's start mixing those two up. Alright, let's start with the bigger holes here first, like these. Just going to rip out a bit of material and stick it into the hole. Now I'm going to go along these ridges here. Or maybe take a small part, roll it up, and then try to put it in. Make smaller rolls if I try that next time. Alright, so this is how our first finished piece looks like after filling. I'm going to repeat this on all of the other parts. Alright, I gave the pieces about 4 to 5 hours now to dry, and I tried sanding down one of the edge pieces and everything worked out pretty good. So I will now continue by first sanding down the outside surfaces everywhere and then taking care of these inner mechanism bits. And for this I will use 60 grit sandpaper just to accelerate the work a bit. So now we are done with the corner piece as well. Or maybe, let's just say with all the pieces. So we can already get a good look on how the puzzle will look later. probably something like this. Now I will just take 120 grit sandpaper and sand down any imperfections, like on these edge pieces I left the small part sticking out here because I didn't want to like rip out the material with the rough sandpaper, with the 60 sandpaper. So I will just take off these little things on the edges, look for imperfections on the other pieces, and then I will use the 120 grit sandpaper, put my thumb in it, and round off all of the edges of the cube and the corners a bit too. So here is one edge piece completely done. Now I will do that to the 3 other centerpieces, and to the 8 corner pieces, and then I'll quickly assemble the puzzle. Okay, all the pieces are sanded down now, all the corners are rounded off. Now for the quick assembly of this puzzle here. Alright, I finally got the puzzle assembled. It looks really cool, I think. All the corners are rounded, all the edges are rounded, and the surfaces look pretty flat to me. So let's disassemble everything again, clean it with a microfiber towel, and then let's spray paint it. I will use now acrylic paint and give the puzzles a light first coat. Then we will flip the pieces around, give the other side a coat, and then take a look at them again. And there it is, the 2x2x3, a little bit oversized version. The sticker cutting will be a different video, a tutorial, but you'll see me applying them in a couple of seconds right here. Oversized 2x2x3. thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.